Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Angela Marie and I'm the Vibrational Alchemist. So thank you for joining me. We are going to talk about clairaudience. Clairaudience is the ability to receive messages from Spirit, Source, or God audibly or through your inner hearing. I want to stress that, inner hearing. Most people think that it's going to be like something outside of you that you're going to hear, because it's tuning into a frequency that is inner. It's not an outer. And a lot of the times when clairaudience comes through, yes, it can come through in someone else's voice. Yes, it can come through as an echo, as a vibration, different things like that. Most of the time, though, people who are clairaudient think that they are schizophrenic because they have voices inside their head. And that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like voices inside your head. Sometimes they are, a certain accent. Sometimes it's your own voice and it's in a certain accent or using verbiage that you wouldn't normally use. When you are getting messages from spirit, it's inner hearing. It's like in your mind hearing. Whenever it's starting to show up, you may hear whispers sometimes, but most of the time you hear ringing in your ear. So there's like this sound that you hear, and it's nobody else hears it, and it's all times of the day. It's not like tinnitus. It's not like a constant ringing. It is like, maybe you're going through something and you'll hear that ringing, or maybe you're asking or thinking about and trying to manifest something, or maybe you just ask a question and you'll hear that that high-pitched sound is clairaudience. It is a spirit entity or being trying to give you a message, and your frequency isn't high enough to meet their frequency, because sometimes they don't understand that they have to lower their frequency to meet our frequency in order for us to audibly understand what they're saying. So clairaudience can sound like a voice right next to your head. It mostly sounds like inside your head. It's like echoing or words in voices in your head that are not your own. Now, sometimes it sounds like your own voice, but it will be not you, because you don't speak like that, or you don't sound like that, or those are not words that you use. So don't think that it has to be another voice. A lot of people think that they're going to get this voice is like, "Hello, this is spirit. I have a message for you." No, that's not how it works, really. I think the only being that I've ever heard that's been like really loud and powerfully bellowing was Sekhmet, and she was not happy with me when I communicated with her. She was like, she was not happy about the communication that the feedback that the conversation that her and I were having. So she kind of like raised her voice. That's the only being that I've ever had that kind of like, whoa, come through. So clairaudience is when you hear shit. It is when you can, ask a question and you just automatically get this answer. You hear this answer, or you are asking to speak with somebody and you're connecting with somebody, and then you get music, or it shows up a lot in music. People will be thinking about like a passed over loved one, and then a song will come on that reminds them of that passed over loved one. One of the funnest ways that spirit sends messages is through song. I love it when that happens. I love it. There are certain songs that that a couple of my passed over loved ones will send to me. And when I hear it, I'm just like, oh, that's grandma, or oh, that's Willie, or, and I know that it's them sending me a message. So let's talk about ways to work on it, play with it, improve it, okay? So one of the things that you want to do is to learn how to focus. So close your eyes and listen to everything around you. What do you hear? And try to listen out further than just in your immediate environment. So I'm in my room right now, and I can hear the fish tank. I can hear the fan. I can hear the fish tank and the fan. Now, if I close my eyes and I focus, I can hear the birds outside. I can hear the wind in the bush. So those are the kind of things you want to really focus in on, those far away sounds, so that you can train your ear to listen for the faint little far away sounds, okay? So when you focus and you hear everything around you, kind of slow down and reach out, and then listen to the sounds that are not in your immediate area. That's going to help you to learn how to really be aware of those little subtle sounds that come through, if they're going to come through audibly. Now, another way that I was talking about earlier that I really love, I absolutely love communicating with spirit through my playlist. So I will hit shuffle on my playlist, and I will say, okay, the next song, I want you to send me a message. So, I'll talk to my spirit guides. Spirit guides, send me a message about blah, 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 with the next song. Or what do you want me to know right now? Send me a message with the next song. And I'll shuffle my playlist, and then I'll wait to see what song comes on. And I will pay attention to how that song, what I hear in the song, what I feel, what I hear, what I feel, what I sense, what I know about the song. So that is one way to practice your clairaudience, is just paying attention to the songs and the people around you and what they're saying, and always be aware of what you're hearing. I'm trying to think of another way. Oh, okay. So the ringing in the ears, right? So I was going to do a separate video on this, but I think I still will, but I'm going to throw it in here. So if you hear that high-pitched ringing, that I want you to know that that is your clairaudience, or your ear chakras, or that developing, expanding, growing. And you becoming aware of it is becoming more aware of it helps to increase it. What you want to do when you have that that you can't, that drives you crazy and you can't really understand what it is they're trying to communicate, is raise your vibration. Ask to raise your vibration. Ask them to lower their vibration, and then ask them to turn it to a frequency that you can audibly understand. So whenever that comes, just recognize it. Every time you hear that, recognize it and say, that's my spirit guides trying to get a hold of me, or that's spirit trying to speak to me. Or, if you are thinking about a loved one and you hear that, just know that that is an entity or a spirit, or however you want to look at it, a guide trying to communicate with you, but their vibration is so high that you have to be at a certain vibration in order to hear it. So what you want to do is raise my vibration up to where I can audibly understand you, and please lower your vibration to where I can audibly understand you, and tune me into the frequency in which I need to understand you. And once you start recognizing that sound is your spirit guides, is, and you start training yourself to understand that, it will show up more. And then you'll be able to learn what frequency you need to be tuned into in order to get those messages, and you'll start getting them more often. So this was a little bit about clairaudience and how it shows up, what it looks like. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe to my videos, and that way we can communicate more. And if you have any experience with clairaudience, please let me know, because I am a vibrational alchemist. So my clairaudience was the first thing. That was the first way. It's my strongest clair, and that's the first way that spirit communicates with me, or communicated with me. And I used to hear like whispers in my ear, and then I heard the ee, like, oh my gosh, for months and months and months. And then I started being able to tune into the frequency, and I can do this now, tune into the frequency at which others' souls vibrate. So developing and working on your clairaudience is so much fun. It's so much fun. A lot of people think that clairvoyance is the best. I think that clairaudience and claircognizance are the best, the most fun. So again, have a wonderful day. Thanks for being here. This was a longer video than I intended, but I hope you guys got all the information that you needed. And just remember, clairaudience is just being able to hear shit. Okay? Mwah! I love you.